Hey everyone, have you ever wondered how life started on Earth? I'm Jesse Dorrestein and I've got a wild idea. Life might have begun in tiny pools near the ocean, powered by the tides. The waves that go in and out every day. I call it the intermittent redox energy model, and it's like a boot camp where the first tiny life forms learn to survive. I even published this idea in a science journal called Discover Life by Springer Nature. Let's dive in and see how I came up with it. About 4 billion years ago, Earth was a hot, messy place. No trees, no animals, just rocks, water and chemicals. Scientists have been trying to figure out how life got started back then. Some think it happened deep in the ocean at hydrothermal vents, hot underwater springs. Others say it was in sunny pools on land. Me, I started wondering, what if it was somewhere in between? I pictured little pools near the shore getting splashed by ocean waves a few times a day because of tides. That got me thinking, could those waves have been the secret sauce? So I imagined these pools in caves by the sea, fed by hot springs from underground. These aren't just any pools, they're special because the tides keep them changing. When the tides come in, ocean water whoosh floods the pool. When it goes out, the hot spring water takes over. I learned that the ocean water has stuff like oxygen that can grab energy, while hot spring water has gases like hydrogen that gives energy away. This back and forth creates something called a redox gradient. Think of it as an energy seesaw. I thought maybe this seesaw could power the first baby steps of life. Here's where it really gets cool. That energy seesaw doesn't just sit there. It's like a heartbeat, pumping every few hours because tides were faster back then. I read about a scientist named Prigogine who said energy moving through a system can make order out of chaos, like how a messy room gets neat if you keep organizing it. In my pools, this energy could mix chemicals into little bubbles called protocells, the first tiny wannabe cells. These protocells needed energy to grow, and the tides kept giving them bursts of it, like snacks to keep going. But here's the twist that hit me one day. Those energy bursts weren't constant, they came and went. When the tide was in, protocells got a big energy boost. When it was out, they had to wait. It's like a boot camp, tough training. I figured this forced protocells to get smart. They had to store energy during the good times and use it wisely during the quiet times. Over millions of tides, the one that learned to handle this survived and got better. Like how you get stronger doing push-ups. That's how they became independent or autonomous, ready to be real life. Then I found a cherry on top. I read about theoesters, special molecules that act like tiny batteries. In my pools, when the tide brought energy in, chemicals could lock it up in theoesters. When the tide went out, they used that stored energy to grow bigger and make copies. It's like charging a phone during the day and using it at night. This idea came late, after I'd already sent my paper, but it fits perfectly. It shows how protocells could use the tide's energy to kickstart the life engine. To make sure I wasn't just dreaming, I designed an experiment. Picture this, little lab pools with fake tides, adding ocean water and hot spring water back and forth. We will watch if protocells form and get tougher, like mini boot camps in a lab. I wrote all this in a paper and sent it to Discover Life, a big science journal from Springer Nature. They liked it enough to let real scientists check it out. Called peer review. I'm waiting to hear what they think, but it's already a big step. Why should you care? If I'm right, this bootcamp idea could explain how life started here, and maybe even on other planets. Places like Europe, a moon with oceans and tides, might have their own pools doing the same thing. It's not just about the past, it's about finding life out there. My theory says life didn't just pop up, it was trained to survive by nature's own rhythm. Pretty cool, eh? So that's my story. How I went from wondering about life to picturing tides as its first coach. Thanks for watching. If you like this, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. Who knows, maybe you will come up with the next big idea about life's start. See you next time.